tenths for Michael. First bomber driver out on the track here. This is the 25A machine for Nick Abatsis. Nick coming out of the dirt ranks to run a couple of races here this year. Nick Abatsis here in car number 25A will be the first car to take time. Close to 20 of these bomber cars here tonight. Could be a few more that pop in later on as well. 24.66. 24.66 for Nick Abatsis here on lap 1. And these bomber cars likely to pick up on the second lap as well. So Nick Abatsis in that black Cavalier comes down to complete this qualifying. 24.30 on lap 2 for Nick Abatsis. This, of course, our 4-cylinder Bomber A class, or as most people call them, the Bomber A's, as they get a little crazy out there. We have our 6-inch. So here comes the 860 machine, the Nightmare Man, Jose Rivera. Jose originally out of Hartford, Connecticut, and has been working on this thing all year long, and finally just getting it to run right. So Jose Rivera, if you look closely, the car is perfect for October. He's got a bunch of hurricanes. 25.45 there on lap 1 for Jose Rivera in the 860. So 25.45, time to beat early on is a 24.3. Again, Bombers, if you're qualifying, you need to be in tech immediately, please, before you make your way out onto the grid for qualifying. 25 flat for Jose, a nice pickup on lap 2, and that'll keep him here into the second spot. This is interesting. The 44 car today is going to be Dan Webb. Dan Webb in the 44 Zebley Racing machine. So Dan Webb in the AJ's tire machine out on the track next. .23.69, a good lap there for Dan Webb. 23.69. His car, actually, that black machine straight ahead from the start-finish line with his hood up, so he must have had some issues with his car, as he's been having all year long, so they put Dan in this 44, at least according to our sheet. Checkers going up here for Dan Webb. 23.40, so Dan Webb, and yes, I can confirm that is Dan Webb in that car. I can tell by the driver's suit. So Dan Webb, a 23.43 goes to the top of the board. The score is confirming that as well. So we'll see if anybody hops into Dan's car for the race later on. That's something to keep our eye on. And now out on the track, David Ladry in car number 11. 23.40 to clarify on Dan Webb's time. 23.40. I misspoke there. So car number 11, David Ladry on track now, one of our newer bomber drivers. He's a U.S. Army veteran. And a 26.72 for David, 26.72. Still trying to get some speed on this machine. So David, a former Army veteran, out here to have some fun with the Bomber A division. And they don't like it when I say this, but this is a good place to start your racing career here on the high banks of New Smyrna Speedway. So David Ladry coming down. We'll see if we can pick up on lap 2. A little bit of a pickup here, 26.57, and you can just see the speed differential after watching the Super Stocks. Our next qualifier will be car number 14 for Brandon Monroe, and the old push rod machine. We call him push rod. That's the kind of motor he's got in that Cavalier. So old push rod Monroe. Brandon Monroe in the 14, our next qualifier. Time to beat Dan Webb's 23.40. So Brandon Monroe's had a solid season, first full-time season out here. A little bit of a push there coming off turn number 4. Brandon Monroe completes lap 1. 24.72. 24.72. Let's go, Brandon. We'll see if he can pick up here on lap number 2. So here comes Brandon Monroe to complete lap number 2. Brandon Monroe. Let's see what we can do here on lap 2. 24.61, so he does pick up a little bit, but pretty consistent laps there for Brandon Monroe in the 14. So jumping down the list here a little bit as far as out of order. Next up will be Brian Gayton in car number 16, the Napa Auto Parts Signworks car of Orlando. Brian Gayton, he's had an up and down year. He's been really good on the exhibition races that we've had out here. He won the Bomber Bowl, he won the Underdog race for the non-winners earlier in the year, and would love to get his first points counting win this season on a big night. 24.12, and that looks like second quick here early on. Second quick for Brian Gayton. And again, those are unofficial numbers, as I'm trying to do math up here and talk at the same time. Usually not a good thing. So here comes Brian Gayton to the checkered flag. We'll see if he can pick up here. 23.65, a good effort there on lap 2. 23.65 for Brian Gayton, still second quick. Here comes our leading Rookie of the Year competitor in car number 27. This is CJ Creech in the Orange City Auto Parts Street Tractor machine. CJ having a great year, but he would like to get off the snide. He's been the bridesmaid a number of times. He's on the podium every week. He just has not been able to break through and get that victory. Another driver looking for a big win here on this 23.83 for CJ Creech. And that is our second fastest first lap. So CJ on a flyer here. Time to beat a 23.40. Dan Webb laid that down in car number 44. Check this out. 23.63, and that'll put CJ just above Brian Gayton into the second spot. Easy to do that math. Speaking of quick, here comes our point leader. JCM Motorsports crash recovery and towing number 81 for Jim Snyder. Jim Snyder's had a great year. Got off to a little bit of a rough start. Had some issues on the first race of the year. Played catch up and now is pulling away in the point lead. This JCM Motorsports Chevy Cavalier's been on rails here. 23.62, second quick on lap number 1. Jim Snyder's been fast all year long in the racing competitions and now in time trials, looking strong as well. Jim Snyder's got to be the 23.40 just to pick up just a bit on lap 2. That's what the scoreboard says. 23.28, no question about it. Jim Snyder to the top of the board. 23.28. Boy, our fast time earlier this year in the Mariners qualified was a 23.29. So Jim Snyder eclipses that here on this night. Great effort for car number 81. Jim Snyder to the top. Next qualifier will be Aaron Foy. Old A-Rod out there in car number 7, that orange machine. So Aaron Foy coming to the white flag and seated blue. 24.56 on lap 1. 24.56 on lap 1 for the 7 machine of Aaron Foy. Aaron's been out here pretty much most of the season. Has taken a week off here and there. But this has definitely been his best season on the high banks. Last couple of years, he's not been able to get through the year with the same car. Aaron Foy clocks in lap number 2. 24.67, actually slowed down a tick there on lap 2. First car that we've seen slow down in qualifying today. So next out to qualify, one of our rookie drivers. It's good to see this driver back with us. This is the 76 machine for Leroy Crawford out of DeLand. He's got the Speed Store riding along, sponsoring that machine. So Leroy Crawford, the Bulldog, out on the Speedway now, still looking to get his feet wet and get comfortable on the wheel of this bomber car. And that's what this year's all about for Leroy, is just getting comfortable. So it might not be the fastest lap, but every lap he gets helps him get better and better. So 27 flat there on lap number 1. And they've sent the 9 car out out on the track. Well, Leroy's going to get a draft here, ladies and gentlemen, from Jimmy Black in car number 9. So it's definitely going to help him pick up here on lap 2. It's probably going to be a 21 flat, no doubt about it. The draft going to matter that much. Leroy, look out in pit road. My goodness, heads up in pit road. Leroy was coming in there, and he about wiped it out. And thank goodness he got it wore up, and everybody was aware there on pit road. So Jimmy Black here in car number 9 out on the track. Checkers are up. Missed the first lap, but on that one. 23.65 for Jimmy Black. 23.65. So next car out on the track with a 47 machine for Stephen Wright. So Stephen Wright has had a great year out here, not running for points, but he has a number of trophies on the trophy case. And apparently, okay, so what's going on now? Apparently these drivers were late getting to qualify, so they're getting one lap. Okay, that makes sense. 23.66 there for Stephen Wright. So that's probably good news for Jim Snyder, the point leader, looking to pad his point lead. So green flag now. Musselman new Smyrna Beach sponsored car out of the JCM Motorsports stables. So this is going to be a little bit of rapid fire qualifying here, as I guess drivers late to tech or whatever is going on down there. And now we've got the 54 out on the track ahead of the 3, so not sure what's going on here. Checkers are up for Eddie Evans in car number 3. 24.76 for Eddie Evans, 24.76. We'll go over the full rundown of qualifying for you here after it's all said and done. Things getting crazy already. So here comes the 54. This is Ernest Brown. They sent him out a little early, so he's on the green. Ernie Brown, the 54. We got the 21 on the track now in front of the 54 trying to qualify. See, now they sent the 54 out early, and that bungled things up. So Ernie Brown's going to conclude his run. So that's Larry Masters in the 54 car tonight. New driver there. Ernie Brown, the former driver of that car, so driver change. So Todd Latour now out on the track in the 21. The Pearson throwback. Oh, he is sideways, drifting it in turn number 3. The Chattanooga Chew machine. Chew to the finish line. 24.06 there for Todd Latour. And these guys all getting one lap has thrown this whole thing into a tizzy. And now they send the junkyard dog out. That's Chuck Rush in the K9 out on the Speedway. Chuck Rush in the Clayton Salvage doing a great trailer car out of Sanford. Good to see Chuck back. He was here for much of the first half of the year, then hit the road and was doing some Crash-A-Rama events out of state. And now he's back home, so he's brought old Yoda out to play. Chuck Rush. Things got a little bit too rapid fire, if you will, for qualifying. Now we're just down to our couple of last 3 cars here. So we have Chuck Rush on track now. Bob Say in the Ford rolling out after Chuck Rush in the Lonesome Toyota. Here comes Chuck Rush to the checkers. 24.29 for Chuck Rush. Pretty good lap there. I've lost track of who's where at this point. We'll go over the full rundown in a minute. Now here comes Bob Say in car number 72 to take the green flag. So Bob Say was a fan just like you folks a couple of years ago and heard me say this is a good place to start if you ever want to break into racing, and now here he is. So Bob Say in the hatchback Ford. He'll bring it down to complete his qualifying effort. 25.83 for Bob Say. 25.83. And now out on the track, it's the E machine. This car used to have an X on it. This is for Daniel Beasley, one of our top point drivers, running the backup car tonight. And that is, yes, an E car. Used to have an X on it, but if you think about it, E and X, it's still the X car. So Daniel Beasley in the E X car. And it looks like Eddie Evans is coming back out for qualifying. So I'm not sure what's going on there, but Daniel Beasley to complete his run. Top 5 point driver clocks in here. 24.52 for Daniel Beasley in the E machine. And now here comes the 3 machine again. Eddie Evans. So because of some interference on his lap, Eddie Evans getting to re-qualify here. It's a good call there. Looks like same story for the 21 at Todd Latour. These drivers had a little bit of interference. Things got a little bit too quick down there. So Eddie Evans in the 3 to complete his run. 24.20, so that's a major pickup there. So good call letting him re-qualify. And now Todd Latour's going to do the same thing here in the 21. He got messed up big time by the 54. So green is out for Todd Latour, and then we'll wrap up qualifying. Todd's lap was earlier 24.06, so not bad, but see if Todd can do a little bit better, last year's champion. So with half the field only getting 1 lap, things got a little bit haywire there. So, because they were not to tech, they were through tech and they should have been. Checkers are up. .23.80 there for Todd Latour, and that puts a bow on qualifying here. Jim Snyder, I believe, is your fastest qualifier. Things got pretty crazy there, so we'll go over the full rundown when we get it.